Okay, so thank you very much for coming here today for my lecture. And I'd like to continue where we started. So we are talking about achieving success through emotional intelligence. And today I'm going to talk about social awareness and specifically about empathy. I've promised you that we are going to give you some exercises in empathy, and this is going to happen today. So as usual, I'm going to review the emotional intelligence framework. Then I'm going to talk about social awareness in more details, and then I'll give you some exercises in empathy. So you'll be doing some exercises, you'll be moving around, so get ready for that. So this is the framework or the model that we start with almost every time we come here. We have vertically the part that is related to the self, related to you or to me, internally, individually. And there is the part that is related to how you or me affect our surrounding, affect other people. Now, horizontally, we have the awareness part, and we have the regulation part. So the awareness is when I know of either myself or I know of my social relations, and the regulations is when I can control or impact either myself or others. So if you recall, we said self-awareness is about emotional awareness. So I'm emotionally aware, I know what's happening to me. Accurate self-assessment, I know of my strengths, I know of my areas of development. I'm a self-motivated person, or you are a self-motivated person, and we are confident. Confidence is based on when we know our limitations accurately, not the imposed limitations on us. When we are aware of ourselves, we can manage ourselves better. So self-management is about emotional self-control. How do we control our emotions? So we are aware of our emotions, we acknowledge our emotions, and then we take a deep breath and then only decide to act. Transparency, adaptability, achievement orientation. We are oriented towards achieving our goals, towards conquering the obstacles that we are faced with our studies, with our relationships, and so on and so forth. We have initiative, we have optimism. We are optimistic about what the future carries for us. And also the self-awareness, which again and again we said it's the cornerstone of the emotional intelligence, can lead me to, or lead all of us to the social awareness. Social awareness entails things like empathy. And you recall when we talked about empathy, it's about us feeling how the other people feel. Organizational awareness, so what happens within our team, within our class, within our family, within our surrounding. And also service orientation, our willingness to serve our people. When I find this table dirty, I could actually just clean it rather than just leave it and use something else. Service orientation. Eventually this all feed into the ultimate goal that we want to achieve, which is to manage our relationship with the others. Because our success and our happiness is ultimately measured by the quality of the relationship that we are having. The quality of your relationship with your classmates, with your teachers, with your family and friends. So again, I'll just go through them one by one to review the stuff that we have been doing, and you are encouraged every time to review this on Open Learning on YouTube. All the lectures are available. So when it comes to self-awareness, which is about awareness of our own states, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. So if you recall, these are the things that we report on a daily basis, or we are supposed to report on a daily basis. How do we feel mentally? How do we feel emotionally? How do we feel relationally? How do we feel spiritually and physically? When we talked about the accurate self-assessment, we talked about strength, about our opportunities, about the opportunities for improvement that we have, and about the challenges that we are facing, and things like that. And I believe that all of you have, or at least most of you have submitted your SOAC analysis. Now that analysis may change from time to time as we improve, or as the environment in which we live changes. So sometimes the challenges that we face may change. Something happens in the environment and suddenly something that was a challenge doesn't exist anymore, but maybe a new challenge appears. So this is a dynamic document that we need to continue updating and being aware of. The drive for success, the reason why we are having this course, the reason why we are giving you fun projects to work with and things like that, is to encourage you to aspire to succeed, to aspire to achieve your goal. And self-confidence and self-worth, as I mentioned, is what we are trying to instill in each and every one of us. And it's always based on knowing our own limitations. But this is a very, very critical thing. The limitation has to be a real limitation, rather than a limitation someone tells me, you will never be able to make a robot, or you will never be able to speak better English, or you will never be able to do this or that. This is an externally imposed limitation. But we know that if I throw you from the 9th floor without any equipment, the human body doesn't take that kind of stress on Earth. So these are things that we know. So these are limitations that we need to know and we operate within. The self-management is when we are able to manage our own states, emotionally, mentally, and so on, so forth. And the tool that we are using daily to create that positive kind of thinking, we call it the brain rewiring, as most of you I can see are diligently doing that, which is about reporting the 5 things that you are grateful for today. And we have spoken about the theory behind it. We always can report the negative aspects of what happens to us. If you have a toothache, I don't need to remind you. You will feel it. You will feel it now, and you will have to take action on this. But the fact that you are free of pain now, no part of your body is aching, you are not aware of that. And the brain rewiring is aiming at creating that awareness of the positive aspects of what is happening into us. Transparency, adaptability, achievement orientation are important traits, and these are all, when we put it under the self-management, we are indicating that these are things that you could build. So through the project that you are working on, through the interaction with your team members, through the interaction with your friends and colleagues, both online and on campus, you can actually create that kind of orientation within within each and every one of us. If you recall, a couple of lectures ago, we talked about social awareness. That's really the time when we moved from the first column to the second column. The column which is about us, awareness of our own self, management of our own selves. We moved into awareness of what is happening around us. You've noticed that we spend quite a bit of time trying to understand our own selves, because before we know who we are, what we stand for, how our brain works, what is the psychology behind our behavior, it's very difficult to actually try to impact our surroundings. So awareness of others' feelings, we talked about empathy, organizational awareness, and service orientation. If you recall, for the service orientation, I've invited Epic Homes, who talk to us about how they work with people who go out of their way, donate their money, donate their time, just to build homes for people who need that. We don't get anything maybe physically, but definitely we get a lot of satisfaction. We get a lot of, good feeling. We work out physically. So there is actually a lot of benefit for us when we serve the others. There's a lot of benefit to us when we donate to the others. It's not only to them, but it benefits the giver as well. When I give a gift, it's not only you will be happy, but somehow I will be happy as well. I'll also be better off. So today I want to spend more time on the empathy. If you recall, we watched a video about the Sesame Street video about the empathy, the 2 lectures ago. But today I want to give you more practical kind of exercises that will help build the empathy within all of us. Now I want to talk about mirror neurons. You know what neurons are, right? The brain cells. So just watch me as I do whatever I'm going to do. It's not a cooking class. What do you feel? You feel sour. You feel sour. Do you feel it on your tongue? No. This is serious. I want you to play along. I'm doing a sacrifice for all of you guys. So please, this lesson has to work. Do you feel it? This phenomena is actually a scientific phenomena. So in your brains, thank you. In your brains, there are some neurons that are activated when you see another person doing the action as if you were doing that action yourself. So if you see me hammering a nail, and I hit my finger, you will feel the pain somehow. You will flinch. You'll feel like, and there is a reason. This is biology. And I will talk a little bit about this as we move on. So if you see a friend hammering their nail, you will flinch. You'll feel some sort of pain. You will actually almost put yourself in their shoes. You see me eating a lemon, and somehow you salivate. You feel like it's sour. And there is a reason for this. So in the 1990s, some Italian scientists were working on understanding the different areas of brains of monkeys and how do they operate. So they have put electrodes within the brain. And when the monkey holds something, they see which area of the brain lights up and things like that. And one of the days, one of the researchers took something, he took his lunch and he wanted to eat. And interestingly, as the monkey was watching the researcher, while the monkey did not move his arm, the area of the brain that is normally lit when the monkey moves get sort of activated. So what happened here is the researchers were very interested in what is happening in the brain, and they realized the existence of some brain cells, some neurons, that are activated not only when we do the action, but when we see someone else doing that action or going through a similar experience. And these are called mirror neurons because they sort of mirror what happens not in us, but in someone else's environment or brain or body. So as they fire when we do the action, and they fire when we see someone going through the action, these neurons have to do quite a bit with empathy. So if you recall, we said empathy is not sympathy, is not I feel pity for you, but I feel what you feel. So when I took the sour lemon, you almost feel it in your mouth, that as if you are having that, and especially if this is difficult for you to have, you'll feel like salivating, difficult for you to talk. So I would like to connect this to the empathy, and after this I'm going to give you the exercises that are, as I promised, that are related to empathy that can train us to be more empathetic. So I need a volunteer. Anyone wants to volunteer? You won't answer question, you will come here and then we do something. So you need to volunteer yourself, don't volunteer someone else. You'll be a big star on YouTube in open learning. Do you want to volunteer, please? Okay, we've got a volunteer. Come. Okay, so pay attention. All of you will be doing this later, but I just wanted to show you. Come. So, okay. You will be my mirror. Very good. So whatever I do, you do like me. Yes, okay. So try to mimic my head movement, yeah. Now you do the same and I am going to mimic you. Go ahead. So now I'll be the mirror. You lead and I'll be the mirror. Okay, so now this is an exercise. If it's fun, then that's great. But it actually help you feel and be in another person's position physically. I'm going to talk about this more, but before we do this, I want you to do this. Then after you do this part where mirror, subject, mirror, I want you to continue doing this until eventually you guys stop saying who's the mirror and who is the original, and you move together as we move now. Okay? And this is like, becomes almost like dancing. You know, like, you take the cues from, yes, good. Okay? Thank you very much. Give him a big hand. So I'll repeat what I have asked you guys to do. so be in pairs of two. So pick maybe the person next to you. Then one of you will be the mirror. No, you'll need to, please listen first. Then I want you to stand and spread so that you have enough time, enough space. Then the mirror copies the movement of the partner. Then exchange roles. I'm going to tell you when to switch. Then repeat it again. Continue and then continue after you become a mirror, and then I become a mirror. Then you continue for a while without choosing who will be the mirror until the movement is fluid and until you start enjoying it. Okay? So stand up, spread out, and let's do that. This is an exercise in empathy through physical mirroring. So this is physical mirroring, yes. You are mirroring who? You are alone.
No, we are with them. Far corner. Long distance, the
So who's your mirror?
him.
Okay. Right. So you are his mirror. And your mirror is
That guy.
same guy.
Yeah.
It cannot be.
This one is the William.
So
Me is the left guy.
okay.
He's
Okay.
the right guy.
So where's so now who's mirroring whom?
They are the mirror.
So now they are the mirror. So he's following you. Okay. Okay. Switch. So now the mirror becomes the partner becomes the mirror. Switch.
Not switch.
Yes.
Mirror.
Yeah. So you are mirroring whom? Now, please continue and try to exchange the role of the mirror. So you don't only copy, but when you see your partner doing something, you try to imitate them until when I come, I don't know who's the mirror and who is the original. Yes. So now you will do it. You're not trying to beat him, so do something so difficult, but try to actually help him mirror you, and you also mirror him when he does something. So there was a competitiveness I've seen. You want to actually make him do it.
Mirror with speed.
Yes, yeah, but you see the speed is very. So how do you mirror with grace, so that you reach a smooth flow kind of movement? Yeah. Okay, go back to your place, go back to your place, go back to your place. Okay, so how did you feel? Anyone wants to share with us? What does it feel to imitate or to mirror the behavior of another human being? Fun. Besides that? Exciting. Have you gotten actually to maybe have a better understanding of that individual? Yes. Yeah. Maybe there is actually. So there is actually a reason why we have done that. I'm going to talk about this later, but the key thing here is mirroring another person puts you into his or her shoes in a way. So I've seen some of you doing some difficult movement. Who were doing this stand? That was hands, right? And who was with you? Both of you. Okay. So did you notice that while the partner started this maybe to challenge the mirror, that this is going to be difficult, after a while, you also felt as tired. You also felt the pain and the difficulty to balance as the mirror has been feeling this. So I'm sure as you push, the limit in terms of what you are trying to do, you could feel that your partner is having the same difficulty, and if there is pain in a certain part of the body, most likely you are actually feeling a very similar pain. That's empathy. So this is, in a way, a physical kind of empathy, and I would like you to always connect it back to how our brains are wired and how there are cells in the brain that get activated not only when we do the action, but when we see someone doing the action, whether it's a painful action or a desirable action. And this has a lot of implications on how do we carry ourselves and how our presence impacts the others around us. So now I want to talk about emotional mirroring. So now we started by mirroring each other physically with the movement. But we could actually mirror the emotions, which is sometimes be more difficult, requires the application of other faculties, especially hearing. You need to listen to people in order to be able to really put yourself in their emotional kind of situation. So what I want you to do, again, we'll do this as an exercise. I want you to grab a partner, whether the same partner or a different partner, I'll leave that to you. And I would like you to gather as much as possible information about that person. And then you need to talk about feelings. How do they feel today? And also fears, aspirations, and things like that. And then assume your partner's position. So let's say I knew everything that I wanted to know from him. So assume I knew everything that I wanted to know from him. Then I want to represent him. So I will say, I am Abdul Alim. I am from where, what I intend to do, how do I feel today, and I say it back to him. So after I gather everything from him, I say it back to him, and then you exchange the role back. Is it clear? Do you want a role play? No, you want to just go and do it. Yeah. Okay, so grab a partner and then gather as much information as you want. Now I have a suggestion. Maybe you want to for this to be more effective, please bring someone, pick someone that you don't know much about? Someone as mysterious as him. Yeah, yeah. No, seriously, there are people that maybe. Yeah, so there are people who are, you don't know you don't know much about, and maybe you are interested to know more. Okay, so go and grab your partner, and let's do this. So gather the information, feed it back, then exchange or switch roles. So how do you want to start? You want me to mirror you, or you want to mirror me? You want to mirror me. Okay. What do you want to know about me?
Basically about first your childhood.
My childhood. So what do you want to know about my childhood?
What are the fears you faced during your childhood? What are the happiness? The memories.
The memories.
Some happy and sad memories.
From my childhood. Actually, the saddest memory for me is not from my childhood. It's from my youth time, when my brother drowned. So that was really a tragic event for me. That was one of the saddest events that has ever happened to me. Generally, my childhood was. I didn't have any traumatic kind of experiences. I was the top student throughout. I didn't have to study much, so school was like really easy for me. Yeah, I was very shy. Yeah, very shy child.
So about me during my childhood, I had a lot of fun.
No, 1 second. So have you got enough information to mirror me? Have you gotten everything that you need to mirror me?
What?
Because the gameplay is this: you will gather as much information as you want, and then you mirror me. So let me mirror you first, so that you
mirror as in mirror emotions only.
Yeah. So I could talk as if I were you. Yes. Okay. So let me try to mirror you.
Okay, so what do you want to know about me?
Okay, so I will ask you a question. So how do you feel today?
Today I feel quite stressful, tired, and happy also at the same time.
Right. And what makes you happy today?
What makes me happy because today I met a lot of my friends. We all had fun together. We laughed, we make jokes, we talk to each other about many things.
Right. And what is stressing you today?
Basically the load work. We have we have chemistry projects, the laboratories project, chemistry project, and the maths project.
Right.
Together. So and it's all due within 1 to 2 weeks. So we have to rush it up.
Right. And what are your aspirations? What do you want to achieve?
Basically, starting off, we would like to achieve good grades, then proceed to degree, get graduated, and start working in a company that is quite well managed, or start up my own business.
Right. And what is the thing that makes you what are your biggest fears?
Basically, my biggest fears is losing a close friend or a family member.
I see. Okay.
The thought of it makes me scared because I'm not really prepared to lose any of the close friends or family members because they really mean a lot to me, and I'm not prepared if I face this type of situations.
Okay. Very good. Okay, guys, you are moving into other things, right? You are asking about other stuff, I think. Stay with me. Stay with me. Okay. I will show you, because I had a volunteer who wanted to do the mirroring with me. Can you please bring your chair here? We can do it actually standing as well, so that they can see it. They can see us better. You just put the chair there. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to one of the things that I would like to suggest, especially when you do emotional mirroring. So if you ask someone about their emotions and they are open to you, you really have to listen, because people are opening their heart, they're being vulnerable. So if you keep on talking or, not paying attention to what's happening here, I really prefer that maybe you could do something else, maybe outside this room. Yeah. So while we are doing this, I want you to pay attention. I want you to listen and see what is going to happen. So what we have agreed on, that we will try to maybe mirror each other. So I'm going to ask him questions with the intention of understanding more about him. How does he feel? And what are his fears, aspirations? And then I'll try to present it back to him. And he needs to say, is that him or I missed something? So if I missed something, then he could correct me. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to ask him questions with the intention of understanding him. Then I'm going to present myself as him back to him. And then he needs to say, no, this is not really me. Then hopefully he will correct me. And through that, I know that, I didn't ask that question, or I presume that he is that kind of person, until I really can put myself into his emotional shoes, if we may say. Okay, so please stay with us. And I won't watch you. I mean, I really want to be with him. I want to honor him, because he is the one who came to me wanting to do this exercise with me. So I actually do honor him for that, and I respect him a lot for putting himself forward. Okay, so we started, but let's just do it again. So you'll need to speak into the mic. So how do you feel today?
Today I feel stressful, tired, and happy at the same time.
Right. And what makes you happy today and generally?
Basically, all of the friends surrounding me right now, the classes.
Right. And what makes you tired and stressed?
Basically, it's all the load works that we have to complete within these 2 weeks, mostly about the robotics project, chemistry project, and the maths project that's upcoming soon.
Right. And what are your aspirations? What do you want to achieve?
First of all, I would like to graduate this foundation program and proceed to degree, and hopefully I will be able to graduate within 4 years, given the time period, and start working.
And what's your biggest fear?
Basically, my biggest fear of all is losing a family member and a close friend.
I see. And has this happened to you before, or have you lost anyone near? Close to you?
Yes, my grandfather and my grandmother.
Right. And when was that?
5 years ago. For my grandmother and my grandfather, 8 years ago.
So I'm going to just use this information. I'm going to present himself to himself, and he needs to tell me later, after I'm done, how accurate my description was. So currently I feel happy, yet stressed and a bit tired as well. And what makes me happy is really people around me, my friends. What stresses me is the fact that there are so many deadlines related to my study coming very soon. And that includes the robo race project, the chemistry project, and the other projects as well. What I would like to achieve is to complete my foundation on time and also start my degree and hopefully finishing it on time. So this is really what's driven me now, what's driving me now. And at the same time, my biggest fear is to lose someone who's close to me, whether a family member or a friend. So how accurate was did I miss anything? And I wanted to actually point if I've missed anything, if I didn't get it right.
Everything was right.
So when someone actually tells you they understand that and they honor you, not to say they laugh at you when you say I have the fear of losing someone close to me. How does that make you feel?
I feel the same way too.
Yeah, but that's
If
the way
somebody says that to me.
Right. So do you feel respected?
Yes.
You feel appreciated?
I feel respected, understood, and loved.
And if someone is respecting you, understanding you, and loving you, do you think that person will have an impact on you?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Now there is a reason why we need this. Both the emotional mirroring and the physical mirroring. Because do we need and want to influence people or not? You answer. Do we need to influence people? Do we want to influence people? Okay, so who are the people that we want to influence normally? You can speak to, so for example, I'll ask you, who you want to influence?
My friends.
You want to influence your friends?
Yeah.
Yes. Every one of us want to influence our friends. And so what do you want from them?
Like respect.
You want them to respect you, spend time with you, listen to you. Who else you want to influence?
Family members.
You want to, so you told her that, right? Yeah. Do you want to talk? I'll get you. I'll talk later. So no, you can finish first. So who is in your family you really want to influence?
My siblings.
Who is exactly the person that you want to influence?
My brothers.
Your brothers. And what do you want them to do?
Be with me and spend more time with me and understand me well.
Right. So you want them to spend more time with you and okay. Besides that, who else do you want to influence? Nobody else. You want to influence your teachers?
Yeah.
So you want to influence your teacher. What do you want your teachers to, why do you want to influence them? What do you want them to do for you?
I don't know how to say that, but they can see I want to do something and they can help me more.
So you need some help from them. So there are friends that you want their respect. There are your brothers that you want them to spend time with you. There are your lecturers that you want them to help you and support you. And this is all influence. And there are some people who are more able to influence others. Now, influence will happen not when I force you, because I'm the lecturer, I could kick you out from my class. This is not influence. This is fear. When I lose that tool, it will disappear. The influence will disappear. As long as you are my students, maybe you fear me because I control the mark. Maybe. But if I don't have that relationship, I've lost influence. But maybe if I make you feel respected, understood, and loved. He actually nailed it. If I ask you for something, you will do it for me, even if I'm not giving you money, even if I'm not really, controlling your marks. And that's the influence that we have. Now, guess what? Every one of us wants to influence other people. So to me, I want to influence my students. I want to influence my kids. I want to influence my wife. I want to influence my staff. There are so many people that all of us need to influence and want to influence. And all the research says you can influence people when you understand them, when you make them feel that you respect them, you really respect them, and when you make them feel loved. And that's exactly what are we trying to do here. So I would like to redo the exercise, and now please listen to the person, ask him or her questions with the intention of really understanding what their fears are. And if this is a fear that a person have, and you, for whatever reason you don't have, don't just say, stupid, why are you afraid of this? This is not empathy. A person could be afraid of anything. How many of you afraid of loud noise? If a balloon, explodes, I do that. It's non-rational. This won't kill me, but I am afraid of it. And if you respect me and respect that, and you don't, make fun of me, I would love to be with you. But if every time this happens, or even worse, you use it against me to make fun of me, I think I don't want to be with you. I won't feel comfortable. And you will lose any influence on me. Do you get what I mean? Now we all want to influence the other drivers on the road. And there are ways actually through how we empathize with other people. How can we actually influence them? So let's do this for a while. Do it with your partner. You have the option not to do it. If you don't want to do it, is your choice. So let's do it for a while. And after that, I would like few of you to come and describe the partner here. And the person needs to say, was that accurate or did you miss? Or maybe you didn't ask the right question. Or I didn't tell you I'm this. I told you I'm that. Don't make assumptions just because I said I am happy because of my friends. You add things, or you're happy because you had lunch with your friends. No, I told you, you just use their words, their description. Don't superimpose what you think of them on them. Okay? So let's do it for a while. Again, you guys have a choice if you want to do it. The only thing is, towards the end, I really would like you to few of you to volunteer. Hopefully, I don't have to fish you out. And maybe those who are a bit late can think of they are going to get ready to be singled out. Okay, so let's do it again, please. And then I'll get 2-3 to talk about their experiences. So you guys are opting not to do the exercise? You're doing it. So you and you. You guys? Sorry?
Discussing for what's going on. So you want to know more closely if not just get a little bit emotional.
It doesn't work like this. You see, you either do the exercise or just don't do it, because it's I'm mirroring you. Otherwise, more people, I'll feel offended. For example, if I'm talking to more people, but someone is doing something else. So I want you to be with that person to understand. So after this, I'm going to choose you to describe one, since you've said. And I'm going to choose you to describe whom you'll be talking to. So do you want to be together somewhere so that and I'm giving you 2-3 minutes more, I don't have all the day. So you could please utilize the time better? Yeah. Okay, sorry, so I will ask you to describe her. And you will need to tell us, was that accurate and how did that make you feel? Okay? So You have 3 more minutes. 3 more minutes. I've identified few people to actually go and do this exercise in front of everyone. So gather as much information as you want. Okay. Okay. So I've identified four pairs, and I'll invite them to come here in front of, yes, okay. And after that, if anyone would like to do the exercise in front of us, we will give everyone the opportunity. But I've identified few. Now, before I do this, is there anyone that I did not identify but would like to do the exercise? As usual, there's none. Yeah, so let us start with you guys. Yes. We have only this working, right? Okay. So you will, please stand here. Again, people, please listen. Again, please listen. This is a very serious matter. So you need to listen with respect and try to learn. So you will describe him, and after you describe, you will tell us, was that accurate, and how did that description make you feel? Really from your heart, using your own language. Yes, please. And speak as
So I thought about him.
yeah, so if you were him, how would you describe yourself? Look him into the eye and say, today I feel, these are my fears, or whatever you've learned from him. Come a bit closer, look him into the eyes with respect. Okay, so you see, this is not, please, this is not to laugh at anybody. This is a very serious thing. Yeah. So please pay attention and take it seriously.
Today I feel, you feel tired and
Oh, sorry, the mic is not working? It's not. Okay, sorry.
today you told me that you feel tired and you wake up early, go to school, and to find a place to park. And then you sleep in the car until the class starts. And you've done a lot of things by yourself, and you do a lot of things.
Okay, so I have to tell about him.
Okay, tell us about him. Before this, was that accurate, what he said?
Besides finding the parking,
Besides finding the parking?
I have no issue finding the parking.
You have no issue finding?
issue.
Okay, so he thought you have an issue, but actually you didn't really have an issue.
Yeah, he came there
This is from him.
from him.
So do you understand what's happening? So you presume just because he came early, he came because there is no parking. But maybe he came early. Why did you come early?
Traffic jam.
Maybe because of the traffic jam. You see, this is a beautiful example when you think that people are doing something because of X, while they're doing it because of Y. So what you need to do is to ask. Now, I'm not here reprimanding you. You know, this is typical thing. So for me, if I see him, sleeping in my class, I'll just say, okay, because I tell myself a story, right? He doesn't respect me. That's why he's sleeping. But when I know that he came so early, maybe he couldn't sleep last night, maybe because, something has happened, then I become more aware of his condition. Then I empathize with him. And then I see, oh, actually he is maybe sleeping, not because he's disrespectful to me, but because of something else. So did we illustrate a point to you now? So you presume that because he came early, that there is no parking, but he can actually find the parking later. He doesn't have to come that early, but because there is traffic jam on the way. Yeah. Okay, so now we do the other way around.
He said that today he feel very emotional, and he was kind of very stressful about the robo race thing, and just now he just been pointed out by professor for the talking, and he felt really awkward and disrespect, and he kind of like disgruntled and he felt sorry and calm.
Sorry and calm. Okay. So you take this and tell us, was this accurate?
Most of them.
Okay. So what was not accurate in his description?
Actually, I feel shame when you point at me, and I also feel sorry about it because
Right.
I didn't listen.
Right. So how did his description make you feel? That the fact that he actually put an effort, right, trying to understand you? So what did that make you feel?
I feel being listened by others.
Right.
How I feel.
Right. So you feel that being listened to.
Yeah.
And this is actually a very important thing. Now, this is for him when he did you notice the difference, how he described his feeling and how you thought his feeling was when I pointed him out when he was talking? Did you notice the difference? And you guys, did you notice the difference? So what was the word that you have used? He felt disrespected, right? What was the word that you used? You felt shameful. Now these are totally different things. Totally different things. You need to understand. He felt shameful, but what he thought is that he felt I disrespected him, right? So he felt that disrespect and shame are totally different feeling. We honor both of them. We respect both of them, but you need to understand what he has felt. Did he feel shameful or did he feel disrespected? Now, this is typical. So many people hear, but they don't listen. And listening is not only when do like this and you want the guy to finish quickly, you actually made up your mind. Listening is when you really listen, seeking to understand. So why did he talk? I have to understand. If I don't understand, I don't help him. Every time he does it, I single him out, I make him feel shameful, and did that help him? I don't think so. Maybe he will even quit the course because of that. But I need to listen to him more. So if he did that exercise with me, I would like to understand what's going on. And that's the thing. When you have been talking to each other for 10 minutes and you come telling me one line, and it's not accurate. So what does that tell you? There's a lot that all of us can actually learn and improve the way. Yeah. Now, nevertheless, the fact that you listen to him, he felt being listened to, which is something good. Okay? Great. Thank you very much. Yes.
From his point of view.
You see, it is from his point of view. I listen to understand your point of view. The objective of listening is I want to know, if I were to talk to him, if he says shameful, I don't listen to say, look, there's nothing shameful about it. I'm not here to correct him. I'm not here to judge him. I'm here to understand how he feels. So if he feels shameful, that's his feeling. I have to respect it. I have to acknowledge it and honor it. If he feels hurt, that is his feeling. I cannot control it.
But speaking up from his point of view, that's
Yes.
the different, right?
Okay, so when I speak from his point of view, what will happen? He will feel understood. So if he say, I'm sorry, I'm picking on this because it was a beautiful example. So if he say, I feel shameful, but you think he feels disrespected. Now, maybe you felt disrespected. That's maybe your feeling. Maybe that would be your feeling if you were in his position. But it's not about your feeling. It's about his feelings. You get what I mean? Okay, great. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Well done. Thank you. Appreciate it. You and him. Yes, please. Okay, so you please come here. You don't look at me, look him in the eyes. It's about him, it's not about me. There's no right, no wrong, we are all learning.
There's nobody there.
And there's nobody there. Yes, so you guys don't you be respectful. You could smile, I'm not preventing you, but you cannot be disrespectful, please. Because people feel when you are disrespectful. Yes, so you would like to start? Just describe himself to him.
I can feel he is very tired, happy, excited, and offended. Yeah.
So happy, tired, excited, and offended.
Yes. And just about all, just all this.
Right. Was that accurate?
Yeah, it's accurate.
Right.
Okay.
And how do you feel that he actually described you accurately? What does that make? How does that make you feel? Honestly speaking.
I feel that someone is understanding me, so see through me and see. So these kind of things, I feel quite. I would say. I'm not going to like. Means I start to like him and feel that this kind of guy I can try to discuss with him what's happening throughout
Right.
lives.
Right. And he actually described you at a high level, right? If he goes and say, why do you feel offended? And if he described this accurately again, that will even bring you closer. Okay, good. So now you.
I feel that sometimes you are like a bit lonely. You are lonely. That's when you see at the class. I see that. I feel so sad. Also, I feel that sometimes, yeah. And you are saying just now. I heard that you feel that you are not that kind of responsible. So I feel sometimes I can see that kind of things is happening, and when I empathy you, sometimes you are staying back and alone, and when you do nothing and seeing us doing something, then you can't do it. So I feel like these kind of things, I really want to help you, but I want to empathy, so that kind of things.
Okay. Now I want you to honestly tell us, did he describe you accurately? Honestly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, all correct.
Right. And how does that make you feel? The fact that he talked more compared to what you said.
Feel as usual.
You feel as usual. And what is that usual feeling that you have? Is it like happiness or stress or discomfort or?
Yeah, sometimes.
No, what
stress.
does, so he described you, if I recall, you feel lonely, unable to do things, see other people do things, but you are unable to do them. What else did you say?
Kind of want to responsible towards the things.
So he feels responsible.
No.
So you are lonely. You have a lack of responsibility.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
so how does that make you feel?
Yes. Being feel want to change.
Make you feel want to change.
Yeah, want to change.
Want to improve.
Yes.
Want to improve. And maybe the fact that he's describing you, maybe he's a person that you could work with, and maybe you could aspire to be like him. He does things. He's a bit more active. I don't know. Maybe, isn't it?
Yes, maybe. Yeah.
Maybe. Okay. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Would you like to come, please? So you describe her, and maybe you later can describe her as well. So you will. Okay, sure. So you will describe her, and you will tell us how did that make you feel. Okay.
Well, she came to college today feeling very dull, very normal, but she's really happy now because she gets to spend a lot of time with her friends who she can share more things with than her sisters, because sometimes she's afraid of influencing her sister in a negative way. And she lately had an argument with her mom because of her own mistake for not having her room clean and tidy. Her fears would be, her height is a fear. When she's standing in a very tall place, she's afraid of losing her balance and falling. she's not afraid that somebody's going to push, but she's not confident that she's going to be standing there still. And she's also afraid of examinations, where she's afraid when she sees the exam paper, she's going to forget everything, and not worried that something she thought of is not going to come out, and it ending up on the paper. Her aspirations will be to be a good role model to sister, encourage them in education wise, make them follow her footsteps. And she loves both her parents well to equally, but when it comes to purchasing new things, she goes to her dad first, because she knows that he'll definitely get it for her first.
What she said is true. I'm feeling happy because I got a chance to share my feelings to her.
Right. Okay, so for those of you who, I'm having difficulty myself hearing. So she described her as, today she was feeling a bit dull in the morning, but the fact that she came to the school, spent time with all of you guys, she's feeling much better now. She has fear of heights. And, okay, so what did you do just now? Yes. Yeah, that's very interesting, yes. Yes. Did you notice what you've done? What was that? So when I say she has a fear of height, now that's very interesting, because often, maybe for you are a bungee jumper, and then I'm serious. I'm serious. I'm actually grateful that these signs are coming up. So just imagine someone say, look, I really have fear of heights. How would that make you feel? How would that make you feel? So if you want to empathize and connect, you see, we are talking now about what? The social awareness. Now, if she's someone that will be one day in your project, I'm sure she has other strengths, right? And you want to use them. But if you show, but guess what? You will have your fears, and maybe she doesn't have those fears. So that's the part that we need to watch ourselves. I'm sorry, I'm picking on you, but because this was a beautiful example, just like the previous example, So we need to, and anyhow, so she has fears of heights, and her aspiration is to be a good role model for her sisters. I just make it concise. And you said, can you just tell them what she said have made you feel? Not this one, no, but what? So you felt happy?
Yes, I'm happy because
Because?
I got a chance to tell my feelings to her.
Yeah. So the fact that she had the chance even to tell her feeling made her happy. So there are people, many people want someone to listen. And just by listening is you can make someone's day. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Yes, yeah. So now is your turn. Come. Did you do bungee jumping? No. Well, you don't fear heights? A bit. That's why you? Oh, did that? Oh,
It's not that I insulted. I was like, oh, not bad, same.
I see. Okay, so actually that was a sign of agreement rather than. But do you know how did it come if someone say, I fear height? Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, but this is all things that for us to be aware how all the, the social cues that we give can impact. Don't forget, we are talking about social awareness. So the way you behave, the way you listen, the way you look, all these affect and impact other people. I think it has to be up. Yes, like that. Yes. Yeah. You look him in the eye.
Can I not look him in the eye?
Then where do you want to look him?
I just feel a bit weird.
You feel a bit weird. Okay. Sure.
How Adam feels today is he's happy because it's near to the weekend. And someone what he said, Yeah, he's happy it's near to the weekend, and he fears of cockroach because they are disgusting, and his aspiration is to do well in his final because he wants to further his study in London.
So did he really describe you accurately?
Yeah, it was accurate.
Right. And how did that make you feel?
That he knows how I feel.
Yeah,
He
and
understands me.
So you feel understood?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you have the chance to know about him as well?
Yeah.
Okay, so could you like describe him to himself and to all of us?
Sure, he's feeling happy that his mom broke his watch and that his dad is getting him a new one. And he fears cockroaches too. And his aspiration is to meet the love of his life.
Okay. So was that accurate?
Yeah, 90%.
Okay, tell us about the 10% that he missed.
Aspiration part, I said I just wanted to talk to a girl.
I see.
Talk to a pretty girl I saw that day.
Right. So it's not necessarily the love of your life.
Might be.
Might be. Okay. So how does that make you feel? The way I want you to be a bit critical. Don't just say, oh, make me feel happy. But the fact that you tell him about, oh, I just wanted to talk to a girl, and he took this and, you know, extended maybe beyond what you have said. How was that?
Fun, I think. I mean, maybe she's the love of my life. Who knows? So.
Okay. Okay. Good luck with your love. Okay. Thank you very much. Great. Anyone else would like to try this so that we can give them some feedback? I guess not. So let's just move on. Now, in whatever we've talked about, you will notice that your most important sense is your sense of hearing. You really need to listen. And you need to listen without distraction. So I don't like do my work and listen to you. That's not the active empathetic listening. No, sometimes you have to do it. You know, like I'm busy and you want to ask me a very quick question, I could answer while I'm doing whatever work that I'm doing. But if this is something about you, this is something personal, and I want to honor you, I want to make you feel that I'm listening to you, I'm devoting my time to you, I don't do it where I say, yes, so what? Yeah, okay. I'm doing something else or watching TV. This is not the empathetic listening. This is maybe hearing, listening, but it's not the part that builds empathy and builds understanding of the other human being, the other individual. And listening has to be really with the intention of understanding. So it's not I have judged you, you've made a mistake, you are wrong, and tell me why is that wrong. I really want to know why you come late. I have to have a real intention of understanding rather than I believe that I already know why you are late and I have judged you. I just want a confirmation for my judgment. This is not the empathetic listening. So this is something that we all can improve on. And this is something that is more and more with the busy schedule, people are unable to provide to their kids, to their friends, to their family members, and it's actually a source of a lot of distraction within the society. Now, empathy is not just a soft kind of fluffy thing. It's actually a very important tool. So imagine if you want to influence your family and friends. If you have a lot of money, maybe you can influence them for a while. They will come and listen to you. They will spend time with you. But what if you don't have money? What if the money runs out? So to have that influence on people and build a better relationship, you need to make them feel understood, loved, listened to, appreciated. Now, if I do empathy, if I empathize with you as my students, then maybe I will know how to help you get better results. So I would understand really all these deadlines that's coming within 2 weeks and stressing everyone. And maybe instead of making my deadline also with them, I could make it maybe earlier. I don't know, maybe an earlier deadline would have helped you so that we can take one project off. So maybe we as lecturers, we think if we leave everything towards the end, we are giving you more time. But what's happening, everything is accumulating towards the last week, and then you are feeling stressed. Now, if I am an engineer and I'm designing a product to be used by other people, the fact that I empathize with them, I physically mirror them, I go and use it, then I could produce a better product and that could sell better. If you are a salesperson or a business person and you empathize with your customers, you make them feel respected, that's very good for business. So now, if I ask you to give me examples of how I could empathize with you, how could a lecturer empathize with the students, what would you get? What would be examples that you give? Both physically and emotionally. By doing the project with you. So what Ammar is saying, what if you also get your own card, and you do as we do. So when we face the difficulty, don't just say, I will do, and this is one way of doing it. Exactly. What else? Yes. Can we get the mic, please? Sorry, I will. Yeah. Yeah. Can you pass the mic, please? Thank you.
Like you're asking whether how you can empathize with us, right?
Yes.
How about another way is reflect on how it felt when you first entered college, where you didn't know anything, you didn't know a lot of things, and still you're given a project and you had to do. So basically you're lost in the dark, and that's the feeling right now.
Right. So what you are asking me is to actually put myself in your position and feel your feeling,
Yeah.
not when I was at your age and what are the challenges that the next time I design the project, I actually do it with that. Very good suggestion. Extremely good suggestion. Any other suggestions? Please. So this is specifically for me to empathize with you as my students. Now, did you notice the chairs that you are sitting on are different? Yes. Okay, are they a bit better than the previous chairs?
Yes.
Okay, so this is actually there is a reason for that. So maybe if, for example, sitting for an hour and a half is not comfortable, then the lecturers need to sit for that length to actually realize how do you guys feel. And then that will influence maybe the length of the lecture, how many times we give you a break, and things like that. So these are real examples, and they are very good suggestions that you are having. And I also invite you, every time you deal with others, and wanting to influence others, to put yourself in their position as well. And that will create that social kind of awareness that we are talking about. I want to tell you a story. General Motors started to, in 20 years ago or so, started to sell trucks and SUVs, and one of the growth market that they had identified was women. So they wanted the women to start buying trucks and SUVs, and the way they were selling it, marketing that to the women was, this is the car for the confident woman. This is the car. So all that ad along these lines. But somehow the women are not buying the car. So they tried all different ad agencies. Women are still not buying the car. So they got one of their women engineer to lead sort of the design team. Do you know what did she do? Yes, so what did she do? She went to the design team and brought the car and gave everyone high heels and a handbag and say, okay, you as gentlemen, wear this, go into the car. So you could imagine this guy is like, then when trying to put himself into the car, don't know where to put the handbag, then they realize that the car needs to change, the design needs to change. Only then the woman will feel really it was designed for them, rather than you just simply have an advertisement. Now, physical mirroring or physical empathy is very important, because if a woman is pregnant and you say, I actually feel, how do you feel? It's very difficult for you to feel, how does she feel? But if we add a weight to our body as men, and we keep on carrying this for long period, then we will know what kind of backache they will have and when they are carrying. That will really help you maybe design better product for a pregnant lady if you are a man and want to do this. If there are people who are malnutritioned and hungry and you want to feel how do they feel, don't eat for a day or two. Then you really know how do they feel. Don't say, I understand, I really understand. I don't think you understand until you experience that experience. We don't have to, if someone break his leg, to break our leg to feel the feeling. We can always use the mirror neurons, but it's very important for us to put an effort to understand whoever we are trying to influence. So I'm approaching the end actually of my lecture today. So as usual, I ask you these two questions. What did you learn today, and what will you do differently from now on? And I would really appreciate it if I can have one or two answers, then we can stop the lecture and you can go off. Anyone would like to share with us some learning? Ammar, you want to say something? Sure. Can I have the mic, please?
What I learned today is to be in the other's shoes, to feel what they feel, because it's important in building ourselves also. What I learned from my partner right here, he's being frustrated because his robot is not moving well. So I can feel that the pressure that he's having right now. He afraid that he gonna lose his scholarship because failing this robot challenge. So yeah, I've been in that moment where my robot is not moving. It's at I think with Suit Dash at 3 a.m. in the morning, our robot is not moving, and it's really frustrating. So yeah, it builds yourself and make you a better person for the future.
Great, wonderful. Thank you very much. Anyone else maybe would like to tell us what they have learned or anything that you will do differently from today on, from now on? What about you? Say something so that we can go home. So you haven't learned anything today?
I learned. Of course I learned.
So you just tell us, what did you learn?
I think the most important thing about today's class was to learn about not judging other people without truly knowing how they feel, what they're going through, and stuff like that. Yeah.
Great. Okay, so thank you very much. See you tomorrow.